Hey guys, I wondered if I had shared with you that I am taking coursework to get my ESL endorsement. I think I've mentioned it a little bit here and there on Instagram, a little bit to some of my email subscribers, but I'm getting my ESL endorsement, which is something that I think a lot of districts are requiring of teachers, and I don't think it's really come to the point that they're requiring it for speech pathologists, but I am going forward with that. And I'm also going to complete my bilingual endorsement as well. I had taken the test, it was more than 10 years ago. I didn't know I was pregnant, but I was pregnant, and then that completely derailed everything. But I had taken the test, I passed the test, I just hadn't done the coursework required to get the bilingual endorsement. Also something I'm doing simultaneously, the ESL and the bilingual endorsement. However, I think that if you have been considering getting an ESL endorsement and you work with students who are, now the word is, it's not English language learners. That word has now been put to the side. And I really am happy they did that, because if you look at our monolingual students, they are English language learners. Nobody's an expert in first grade on English. The word now used is emergent bilingual or multilingual learner. Those are the words that are now being used for ELL, or English language learner. But they're still using English as a second language, even though ESL, it's a little bit of a problematic term, because so many of our students are simultaneous bilinguals, and that they're learning Spanish and English at the same time, or they're learning whatever languages they are learning together at the same time.
Oh my gosh.
I have been really getting into this coursework for the ESL endorsement. All the coursework talks a lot about language acquisition. I find quite a bit of overlap with speech therapy, because we're essentially giving English as a first language, or communication as a first language would be the better way to say it. We're teaching kids that can't communicate, or they have low receptive and expressive language skills, whereas the teachers that have the ESL endorsement are working with kids that are in the average range. So there is still quite a lot of overlap, and I've been just really soaking up the information. So I really just want to encourage you, if you've thought about getting the ESL endorsement, and I know it varies by state, it's very valuable. And I think it really makes you marketable. And I'm doing it through National Louis University. And I've realized that if I continue to do this, in that I take a class every quarter for the next 3 years, I could end up actually getting a second master's. So I might just do that, because I'm really into everything that I'm learning. And the master's would be in curriculum and instruction with a focus on ESL bilingual. And I think for me, that would be really, really cool. It's just a really fascinating series of courses. This first course is called Foundations of Minority Language Education. So that obviously applies a lot to what I do. Any chance you can get to further yourself through education is a really good move. All right, well, that's all I had to share. I'd love to hear what you think about ESL endorsements for speech pathologists. And if you have any other questions for me, feel free to comment below. So anyway, I hope you have an awesome day, and I'll catch you later.